stop explaining every step you take. You don't owe anyone a justification for your decisions. Every time you start clarifying why you said no, changed direction, or defended your boundaries, you hand over a part of your power. You are not here to seek approval, you are here to take command of your own life. People will always have opinions, and as long as you feel the need to justify your every move, you become dependent on their judgment. The problem isn't that they ask, it's that you believe you must answer. This habit of explaining yourself doesn't come from respect, it comes from fear. Fear of being misunderstood or rejected. That fear drains you, weakens your spirit, and turns your life into an endless performance of pleasing others instead of living with dignity. The Stoics understood this clearly. Other people's opinions are beyond your control, but your actions, your choices, and your inner balance are entirely yours. True strength lies not in convincing the world, but in mastering yourself. When you act with quiet confidence, without seeking approval, you free yourself from the weight of external validation. This message isn't for those who want to be liked, it's for those who want to respect themselves and protect their peace. Yes, you will be criticized. Some will call you distant or arrogant, but you will come to realize that peace is worth more than applause. Here, you learn to use silence as a shield, to decide without excuses, and to remain centered even when misunderstood. These aren't poetic ideas, they are practical principles that forge character and teach you how to live freely without feeling the need to explain yourself. First, decide without excuses. We grew up in a society that confuses explanation with respect. Since childhood, we've been taught that when we say no, change direction, or set boundaries, we must also explain why. This turns into an automatic reaction. Before making any move, we look for justification that sounds acceptable. Every decision passes through an invisible courtroom that we owe nothing to. This habit steals our freedom and makes us prisoners of other people's opinions. When you make a choice, but feel the urge to decorate it with words just to be accepted, you stop acting independently. You're essentially asking for permission and calling it politeness. It undermines your confidence and weakens your inner core because you give away control of your life. The Stoics knew right action needs no defense or applause, only conscious intention. Imagine a captain who consults his entire crew before every maneuver just to justify his decision. Such a ship will never reach port. Confidence is not spoken, it's reflected in the harmony between thought and action. The person who feels compelled to explain every move gets lost in endless discussions that only feed doubt and drain energy. Acting without excuses doesn't mean arrogance or rejecting advice. It means respecting yourself enough not to chase approval. It's the ability to say, "This feels right from my life," and leave it at that, without embellishment or apology. This behavior may unsettle others, but it radiates strength. Life becomes lighter when you stop trying to convince those who are not walking your path. The modern world demands instant reactions, comments, and explanations. In such a noisy environment, calm, decisive action without justification stands out as a quiet form of power. It's not aggressive or defiant, it's steady, and that steadiness confuses those who rely on constant validation. Choosing without justification is not just an act of freedom, it's a silent declaration that you know where you're going. Next time you feel tempted to explain why you said no, pause. Ask yourself, are you clarifying or seeking approval? If it's the latter, remain silent. Each time you resist the urge to justify yourself out of fear of judgment, you strengthen your self-command. A calm no without apology carries far more weight than a paragraph of excuses. The Stoics believe that true power lies in ruling your character, not in chasing acceptance. Be firm yet reasonable, open to wise counsel, but unwilling to defend every step you take. When you make decisions without justifying them, you conserve your energy and reclaim control over your own life. Those who follow their reason consistently don't need anyone's permission. Their confidence speaks even through silence, and that quiet certainty earns respect. Second, approve yourself from within. Most people live by glancing sideways, searching for signs that they're doing things right. This invisible dependence becomes an emotional prison. You stop acting, you start reacting to words, gestures, and glances. As long as you wait for someone's approval, your peace will depend on what was never yours to control.
Learn to approve yourself from within. To learn how to approve yourself from within is one of the most profound and liberating awakenings a person can experience. It means becoming the chief judge of your own life, recognizing that your beliefs and principles carry more weight than praise or condemnation from anyone else. The Stoics taught that the only thing that truly belongs to you is your moral judgment, how you evaluate your own actions, and the meaning you assign to them. Once your inner compass becomes clear, external opinions lose their grip. The mistake lies in believing that approval from others grants confidence. In truth, it breeds dependence. Today you're praised, tomorrow you're doubted, and with every shift in the wind, your mood wavers. External validation is a house built on sand. The first storm will bring it down. True stability is born from consistent personal principles, from the strength to act according to your values even when no one else stands beside you. Approving yourself from within doesn't mean shutting out new ideas or becoming arrogant. It's a path of self-understanding and respect for your own decisions. It requires honesty. Does this action reflect my values, or am I surrendering to the fear of rejection? Am I acting from conviction or from the desire to avoid criticism? If your answer arises from integrity, you don't need to wrap it in justification. When your actions align with your inner code, they carry their own power, even when others fail to see it. Picture someone deciding to change their life, to leave a job that kills their joy, or end a relationship that drains their soul. The natural instinct is to explain everything, hoping to earn understanding and approval. But that urge to justify only weakens your resolve and plants seeds of doubt. The person who knows how to approve themselves from within needs no external permission. It is enough for them to know that their choice serves their well-being and aligns with their values. This strength is built through daily discipline. Start small. Notice and quietly honor your actions that reflect character and integrity, not those that simply win praise. Tell yourself you did the right thing when you act according to conscience, even if no one sees it. Such moments strengthen your inner confidence and make you less dependent on the shifting tides of others' opinions. The Stoics believed that peace comes when a person lives in harmony with their nature and their reason. When you learn to approve yourself from within, you stop being a puppet of circumstances and become the master of your destiny. The strongest validation is the one born in silence. It doesn't seek applause, yet it sustains you when the world around you falls apart. That inner approval cannot be bought, and it cannot be taken away. Third, breathe before you respond. Most people react automatically. Someone challenges your decision, throws a jab, or criticizes, and instantly you feel the urge to defend yourself. Words escape in irritation, fear, or anxiety. You see too much, losing control of both your temper and the situation. Breathing is the fine line between impulsive reaction and conscious response. Taking a breath before speaking is not merely a pause, it's an act of self-command. The Stoics knew that reason cannot rule when the body is agitated. Deep, steady breathing reminds you that you still govern yourself even when the moment tries to provoke you. Each breath draws you back to the present, giving you precious seconds to choose your words instead of blurting them out. When someone demands an explanation or tries to drag you into an argument, they often rely on your quick reaction. But if you pause and breathe, the script collapses. It's a silent way of saying, "I don't play by your rules." That small pause confuses others and, more importantly, restores your control. Think about how many conflicts ignited from rushed responses. Most arguments flare not because of the content of words, but because of their speed. Conscious breathing is a simple yet powerful tool that prevents emotions from hijacking your decisions. Even great leaders facing crises understood that a moment of silence and control over breath projects strength and confidence. Use it in daily life, before a hard conversation, before replying to a provocative message, before trying to explain a personal choice. Just breathe. It's not a sign of weakness. It's proof that you choose awareness over impulse. The Stoics taught, no one can harm you without your consent, and you give that consent the moment you react thoughtlessly. Every pause becomes a shield against words you'd later regret. With time, this practice trains your mind to stay calm even in tension. You no longer need to justify or defend. You speak from inner steadiness. Remember, those who rush to respond often end up on the defensive. Those who breathe first command the space. Each mindful breath is a quiet reminder that your reason, not your impulses, is in control. This invisible mastery changes not only your reactions, but your entire presence, allowing you to retain dignity even in conflict. Fourth, make silence your strength. Silence frightens people more than any words because it reveals that you don't need to speak to stand firm. In a world where loudness and speed are mistaken for success, silence becomes an act of power and inner freedom. It is not the silence of fear or suppression. It is a deliberate choice, one that communicates confidence without noise.
Every decision made in emotion pulls you away from your best self. Every choice born from emotion distances you from your higher self. But every act grounded in calm strengthens your inner power. To master your emotions doesn't mean to be cold or detached. It means to consciously choose when to express anger and when to show compassion, when to speak and in what tone. It's the transformation of impulses from chains that restrain you into instruments that serve you. Calmness isn't weakness. It's proof that your mind has been trained not to bow to the first surge of emotion. Practice this daily. When someone provokes you, don't respond right away. When you feel offended, avoid making decisions in the heat of that emotion. When excitement overwhelms you, hold off until the rush fades. Emotional control is like tempering metal before forging it. Only by cooling it can you give it lasting form. The outer world will always test you through criticism, rejection, praise, or provocation. You can't control these things, but you can control how you respond within. That's the essence of Stoic freedom, not allowing the world to disturb your balance. The one who governs his emotions ceases to be a puppet of circumstances. His actions come from clarity, not impulse. Such mastery earns respect, not through coldness, but because it shows no one has access to your decisions without your permission. When you command your inner state, no external attack can rule your life. That is the essence of self-control the Stoics spoke of. Reason must rule, and emotions must serve, never the other way around. The line between self-respect and ego. There's a vital distinction between self-respect and ego, though many confuse them. Self-respect is quiet, steady, and inwardly certain. Ego is loud, fragile, and forever hungry for validation. Those driven by ego seek to win arguments, impress others, and prove superiority. Those guided by self-respect seek harmony, dignity, and peace. Many justify their actions not out of respect for others, but to protect a wounded ego, and in doing so, lose their inner authority. True self-respect grows from understanding and honoring your own boundaries. It doesn't crave praise because it's rooted in values, time, and well-being that matter personally to you. Ego constantly demands proof. It pushes you to justify yourself just to appear strong. But this habit of explaining is not born from dignity. It's born from pride. The Stoics knew the difference clearly. True power lies in mastering yourself, not in mastering others. When you choose self-respect over ego, you stop wasting energy on proving your worth and begin living peacefully, acting by principle, not by impulse. Look at arguments. Most of the time, we don't seek to understand, we just want the last word. That's the voice of ego. Self-respect gives you the strength to stay silent when the conflict isn't worth your peace. It reminds you that you don't need to prove your worth with every response or justify every boundary. Sometimes the strongest act is to walk away without words. Choosing self-respect means realizing you don't have to win. You don't need to be right or superior. You just need to keep your dignity, even if that means conceding or admitting fault. This confuses those who mistake humility for weakness, yet it's here that real strength resides. In practice, it's simple. Say no without guilt. Set boundaries calmly, and don't fall into provocation. Act in ways that let you meet your own gaze without shame, even if no one notices or applauds. Such respect isn't spoken, it's lived. When you choose self-respect, you reclaim control over yourself because you no longer live to prove anything. People might not understand you, but their opinions can't shake your peace. Ego craves recognition. Self-respect simply exists. And when you live in alignment with yourself, the judgments of others lose their power. That's Stoic freedom, the ability to feel your own worth without depending on anyone's approval. Most anxiety comes from trying to control the uncontrollable. Most of our anxiety is born from the urge to control what's beyond our reach, other people's opinions, their reactions, the past, or the future. The more you try to manage what you can't, the less you influence what you actually can. Your thoughts, your words, your actions. The Stoics taught that suffering doesn't come from events themselves, but from our resistance to what's inevitable. You can spend sleepless nights replaying what someone said about you, or rage over an injustice you can't undo. But none of it will change the outcome. It only drains you. Freedom begins when you direct your energy towards what truly matters, what lies within your control. You can't rule others' judgments, but you can choose not to justify yourself. You can't remove obstacles, but you can maintain determination. You can't rewrite the past, but you can draw wisdom from it. Each time you focus on your own actions instead of others' reactions, you reinforce your inner strength. The mistake is believing peace comes from changing others. As long as you wait for them to change, you remain tied to their behavior. Practice letting go. If someone criticizes you, remember, you can't control their opinion, but you control your response. If plans collapse, redirect your effort instead of complaining. If you feel the urge to justify, ask yourself whether it will change anything. If not, stay silent. This isn't submission, it's strategy. By refusing to spend energy on what's beyond your reach, you grow stronger where it truly counts. Even the mind requires discipline to stop wandering toward what's outside its grasp. Start small. Each day, release one situation you tried to control. In time, you'll build an inner fortress that nothing can destroy. The person who focuses on what is within his control stops being a victim of circumstances. He becomes calm, clear, and immune to manipulation. The Stoics saw this as the foundation of true freedom, because no one can slave a person who rules himself. That's the heart of self-mastery. Knowing your inner world remains unshaken, guarded by the strength of your reason.